Hello, my beautiful kings and queens. Sometimes we may not think that we're even worthy enough of changing because we are super empaths and we reflect a lot and we feel very attached to everything. So that old version of yourself, you could be truly attached to it, and you remember, I used to operate out of my shadow. I used to operate out of toxic ways. I've done this and I've done that, and so you're constantly taking on all of these negative things that you've done from the past that you're attaching to, and you're like, well, I used to do that, so I don't get to change. That's not how it works. Those things are showing you, are there as a reminder to show you these are lessons and this is how you could be if you continue to operate out of these toxic ways. Or you can decide, you know what, I don't want to operate out of those ways. I know those are ugly. I don't like that. Like, that's why you can reflect back on it and understand, like, that's not something that I want to continue to do anymore. That's not, I don't like that. Like, some, even when I was doing it, there was still something, it was very quiet. But even when I was doing that, there was something within me that was telling me that it wasn't right. But because you have been programmed, because you were so stressed out, you had these things in your mind telling you, even back when you were doing those things, even back then it was super quiet, but even then there was something within you that was just like, this isn't right. Like, this just doesn't, it doesn't feel right. But it was like, it's in there, like, I don't know, I can't think of the name or whatever. It's like, it was just something, it was like you were possessed. It was like, it was just this negative entity that was attached to you that was making you, like, do these things. I'm not trying to take away responsibility because we still have free will at the end of the day. So, but it was something that was like causing you to do those things even though something didn't want you to, and that's because you used to operate out of a place of, I'm not worthy. I've been told this. I constantly have to lower myself and dim my light to make other people quiet, and or to, excuse me, not to make them quiet, but to make them comfortable. So this way, because of that, I have to operate out of this. And so you remember doing things that, and doing things to yourself, self-sabotaging yourself, doing things to other people that didn't really align with you, but you just felt like you had no other choice. You just had to operate out of that. And I'm here to tell you, that was just for you to build upon. Those are lessons to learn from. You have the opportunity to change. You're worthy enough to change. And I have a course in the description to help you to change, and not just to get over a couple of hurdles, get through a couple of blocks. Like, we can do that on our own, but I mean true change and true healing. And also, when I say that, healing is a never-ending journey. You're always going to be healing for the rest of your life, but I mean to the point to where you can get over that hurdle, to the point where, see, like, you were operating out of this level, but then there's this level. Like, you don't have to keep taking those steps and going here and here and here to get to there. This is something that you're going to go from here and go all the way up here, where you're supposed to be, where you're going to feel comfortable and be like, you know what, this is how I need to operate. This is what's always been within me. And then from there, if you want to continue to keep taking steps and continue evolving, then you can do so, but doing it from a place of, instead of doing it from a place of lack, instead of doing it from a place of toxicity, instead of doing it from a place where you're feeling good, but you've surrounded yourself and your environment is toxic. You're like, it's to a point to where, like, you up and you change everything. You're like, no more, no more. No, these certain people can't stay be in your life anymore. They can't be in your space. They can't be in your thoughts. You understand that they were there for a reason. They were there for a season, and that is over with. It's time again to go from here to here, where you know that you were supposed to be. That little, and even sometimes we still like, I'm not quite sure if I'm supposed to just be hopping from here and hopping from there. Just take a chance. Just take a chance. Just say, for this small amount of time, I'm going to decide that I'm just going to try. I may not think that I'm truly worthy of it yet, but I'm going to at least try and see if I can do it. I'm going to at least try to see if I can even do it. And I promise you, you're going to be so happy when it's all said and done. And you're like, wow, like, I finally, I gave myself a chance. I knew I was deserving of it. I knew that I was made for more. I was created. I have a purpose. Like if you've had that, a lot of people don't always have that feeling. Like that's something that's been with you literally since birth. That you've just always known. It may have been buried deep, 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 deep down inside. But it's always been something. You deserve to give yourself a chance to allow that phoenix to rise from the ashes and be like, you know what? I'm just going to see what happens if I finally just take the time and to pour into myself. And I promise you, when it's all said and done, you're going to be so happy that you took that chance for yourself. And I just wanted to bring you this short message. And until next time, I love you, and the universe loves you.